We are back. Season 2 of the CSL is almost on. CSL Season 1 was just like a few days ago. But you know, it is what it is. It's kind of crazy. But I think this one's going to take a little longer. There's 12 people as opposed to the original 8. Some of the people are returning veterans like me. I think there's the Washington Weaviles and their coach, Dubstep Penguin. Zoops is back. Finney is back. That's going to be a fun matchup. Along with Classy Zorak, I think we are the returning. And the new teams are there's a few of them. We'll get into them in a bit, if we do it all, that is. But I'm just gonna go over my picks this season. So I'm not as happy I think as I was last season with my picks, but I think I have something that I can make into something. First of all, I kind of had my eye on Pinsir Mega from the start. Charizard X, my boy, got eaten up really early on, but so I didn't get a chance to get him, and I was considering a couple others. I was considering Mega Zam. I was considering Charizard Y actually, but ultimately I decided on Pinsir. It offered to give me some priority, which is awesome. Pinsir is just absurdly strong, 155 attack. If we beef that up, 409 without even an adamant nature, it's a pretty nice speed tier, which outspeeds most things, but not everything. But with quick attack, feint, quick attack, both two awesome options for priority. Okay, so between quick attack, between feint, and then return, just wall breaks the crap out of everything. It's and then Swords Dance, it's got a lot of options. One thing I was kind of bummed about with Pinsir though was Charizard X wouldn't have solved this problem. Charizard Y wouldn't have solved this problem for sure. But really just I'm kind of tired of having a Mega that is 4 times weak or 2 times, like is 4 times or 2 times, either way is weak to Stealth Rock. And Pinsir does not even close to eradicate that problem. But it is what it is. I guess next round I managed to eat up Excadrill again, which was awesome. Excadrill is mine again. Excadrill is almost undoubtedly the best hazard clear in the OU tier, especially on the offensive side. Just reliably gets rid of hazards. I guess the only ones I would say hazard clearing compares, maybe Latios, who has Defog, and Rapid Spin is potentially better than Defog, has advantages and disadvantages. But then there's also Starmie, who's another good Rapid Spinner. So yeah, I like Excadrill a lot. Mold Breaker gives me some options too, but I think Sand Rush is going to be good again. I abuse Sand Rush Excadrill like crazy. He's got a great coverage between his moves. Skarmory is in this tournament again, which is going to annoy me, but I think I have some other options to deal with Skarmory, which is going to be good. Next up, we have Hippowdon. Hippowdon is my bringer of sand this tournament. Tyranitar are eaten up. Regardless, I didn't want Tyranitar again. I honestly felt like Tyranitar let me down a lot in Season 1, so I just wasn't looking to just be let down again constantly. T-Tar just never had exactly what I wanted. So Hippowdon gives me some bulk. This is bulk. So I'm going to be able to set up really well. Like eat up hits. If I want physical side, if I want to get mixed, defensive, especially defensive, toxic. It walls a bunch of the other Pokemon in the tier. If we look at the other picks in this season, Mega Pidgeot walled, Mega Scizor pseudo walled, Mega Manectric walled, Mega Lopunny pseudo walled, but walled pretty much was not running Ice Punch. Mega Slowbro not really walled, sure. Charizard X pretty much walled. Mega Altaria pretty much walled. Mega Sableye is tricky. You can't really. It's a wall itself. So I am Mega Pinsir. Mega Swampert not exactly walled. Mega Charizard Y walled if I switch in, not walled if it switches in, because of drought. It's going to be a weather war. There's a lot more weather predominantly in there. There's a Swift Swim team, 2 sand teams, and Charizard X is also there, along with a chlorophyll user, I think. And then Mega Gardevoir isn't walled, but it helps me out with a lot of things here. Skarmory, Kyurem B, T-Flame, Talonflame, Dragonite, Garchomp. It just gives me a lot of options for physical walls, which I was really happy with. Alright, so next I wanted the Dragon Dancer, kind of a late game cleaner if Pinsir wasn't doing the job of late game cleaning. And if I wanted an option, I wanted 2 physical attackers, that strong physical attackers that could help each other out. One could late game clean, one could wall break, or vice versa, depending on what the team needed. So Feraligatr was an awesome pick that I got. I'm really happy with it. Life Orb Feraligatr with Sheer Force is just a monster. I'm probably the staple set's gonna be, I think, this is probably gonna be the staple set, but it does. There's Aqua Jet's another option here. Body Slam, Outrage, Power Up Punch, Shadow Claw. There's a lot of really great options in here. Swords Dance, even I just wanted to go hard wall breaking, but Feraligatr is going to be a great boon to my team, I think. Okay, so Snorlax. Snorlax is my special wall that I decided to pick. Snorlax and Hippo make a pretty epic core together. Snorlax can run a pretty solid Curse Talk set, actually. With Thick Fat or Immunity, gives me a lot of good options, switching in and stuff. I will say I got sniped a lot this tournament. I kind of wanted to go for... I almost got Gothitelle again for this slot. I got sniped a lot in these draft picks, which I guess is the nature of it when there's a lot more... I think there's a lot more... First of all, there's obviously a lot more people this time around, but there's also, I think, a lot more talent in the league and people knowing what they want, which means a lot of the people are eating up the good picks, and the Gothitelle is an awesome pick. Alright, so because I picked BL instead of an OU Mega, I actually got to pick another NU Pokemon. And so for my NU pick, I ended up going with actually not Granbull. I almost got Granbull, but it was picked. I got Mile. Mile is actually probably... I don't know. It might even be better. It might fit what I'm looking for better than Granbull. I don't know. Maybe not. Mawile is maybe a little bulkier. No, not really at all, actually. I take that back completely. But Mawile gets Sheer Force and Intimidate, which are... I guess Granbull also has Intimidate, but Sheer Force is nice. Using this, this was my extra NU pick after all the other picks had already been made. I was scraping the bottom of the barrel, but I ended up picking Mawile. And the reason for that is because if Mega Sableye is a thing in this season, and as long as Mega Sableye is a thing, I needed a way to beat that thing. So as long as I can force Mega Sableye to go for its Mega Evolution earlier in the game, it affords me the option to beat the crap out of it with Play Rough, Life Orb, Sheer Force, Play Rough, Oko's fully defensive Mega Sableye, 100% of the time, no doubt. So it gives me and it outspeeds probably too. So it gives me a way to just reliably beat the crap out of the thing. So that's pretty much exclusively what Mawile is for. That said, if that game rolls around, I feel like somebody better fits that slot of beating up Mega Sableye. Mawile is here exclusively for that role because that was the last thing I kind of wanted. But something might end up turning up that gives me a better way to deal with it. Maybe like I'll run like Crunch Snorlax, or like Hippo will have some way to deal with it, like Whirlwind it out or something. I don't know. I don't know what the deal's going to be here. It is what it is. Alright. So those are my my OU picks plus my NU extra. If we looked at my RU NU picks, I went with Excelgor. Excelgor is wicked fast for a non-Mega. It's going to be a great offensive lead if I need it to be. Also a great utility lead. It gets Spikes, it gets Bug Buzz, it gets Final Gambit, it gets Taunt, I think, too. No, it does not get Taunt. But it does get a lot of great moves. Acid Spray, Knockoff, Pursuit even, maybe. I don't think it's not bulky enough to be abusing Recover ever, but it does get a lot. U-Turn is going to be good. Hoopa U is a thing, actually. One of the problems I had in my previous one was Hoopa U would switch in, and I had no, it was just too much of a monster. And this fast Excelgor might even outspeed a Choice Scarf. I'm not sure. With full speed EVs, there is a chance. I am just... I don't know. I know that it hits 284, so actually I kind of want to calc that real quick. Let's just find a plus speed. 427, jeez. Actually, I might not outspeed, but chances are it probably won't. It outspeed a lot of slow Choice Scarf users. Oh, wait, 284 times 1.5. That is epic. That is actually a perfect 1-point outspeed on Hoop Unbound, which is going to be awesome if I need to use that. Final Gambit, as long as a Pokemon isn't running Focus Sash for 30, Final Gambit gives me a lot of power, actually, 364. It's a 364 attack move, so as long as a Pokemon isn't sturdy or Focus Sashed, Final Gambit is an OHKO on anything that, with full HP investment, is an OHKO on anything that has 80 HP or less, which is epic, because you know who that's like Altaria, Hoop Unbound, pretty much everything that isn't bulky. That's a lot of offensive threats that the thing just takes out Of course, that means it has to come in without Stealth Rocks for a lot of those kills, because Stealth Rocks will massively reduce the power of that. But nonetheless, it is super helpful, and a lot of times even after Stealth Rocks, will open up range to be revenge killed, maybe by a Moxie Pincer, or just Pincer in general. Let Pincer come in and just wreck house a little bit. Yeah, so maybe an Aqua Jet for Alligator, who knows. Alright, next I have Cincino. I kind of wanted to snag up Scrafty in the slot, but Scrafty got taken, which was really unfortunate, actually. Scrafty was a kind of underrated, I thought, on my team. I was not expecting Scrafty to help me out as much as it did, but Scrafty came in multiple times during Season 1 and just punched some holes or cleaned up when I needed to. But Cincino ended up being who I got. Cincino is really fast, has a good attack stat, not bulky at all, but two really useful abilities in Technician and Skill Link. Probably going to use Skill Link more, to be honest, but Skill Link, I'll be able to do Tail Slap, Bullet Seed, Rock Blast, U-Turn, or something. I'll switch up moves as I need them. There are some other moves I can pretty easily abuse on here. Dazzling Gleam would hit Sable Eye, Hyper Voice, Knockoff definitely could be useful, Thunder Wave. There's a lot of just an awesome moves pool. And then I could also throw on a Life Orb for extra damage. I could throw on a King's Rock, become a Haxie machine. Possibilities are endless. So I thought Cincino was a good grab. At this point, I realized my team has a gaping water weakness, but I had got Typhlosion anyways, because I wanted Typhlosion, because I realized my entire team has no special attackers. If he brought in a big physical wall that could wall all my other guys somehow, which is doubtful because nobody can. That would put a lot of pressure on one physically defensive mon. But Typhlosion is a really awesome. I can run Specs, I can run Scarf, gets Eruption. As long as I don't switch in on Stealth Rock, Eruption is just a massive attack. Gets a lot of great moves. It's a great special attacker. I'm really happy about Typhlosion actually. So it ends up being the biggest special attacker on my team actually. Next I got Lantern, so I finally was like, let's address this water type problem. And I was like, Lantern is great. Lantern's a highly rated Pokemon in the NU tier. Never really used it a lot, but I'm hoping it'll come in clutch. Water Absorb will give me just pure immunity to the water moves that'll be thrown in my direction otherwise. And it doesn't have the most epic move pool, but I think it has a pretty useful utility useful. I'm probably going to use it more as a utility mon. Probably go physically defensive, especially defensive set. Go Thunder Wave, Heal Bell, Scald or something. And then Volt Switch maybe. Yeah, that's like a pretty cool utility set. That'll be nice. Probably not going to run specially defensive actually. But that'll be nice. I think it'll be useful just mainly to stop Water Absorb. Probably run a set that'll beat any water types that I'm going to see on opposing teams. Klinklang. Klinklang is a pretty highly rated NU Pokemon. Klinklang has a great defense stat, pretty solid bulk. Not the greatest on the special side, but usable, especially for an NU Pokemon. Great attack stat for the NU where I need it to be. So if I ran a Adamant Nature, but what really sold me on Klinklang was if I ran an Adamant Nature and I did Gear Grind, what really got me going for this guy was Shift Gear. Shift Gear raises the user's speed by 2 and attack by 1. All of a sudden, Shift Gear is going to turn Klinklang into a monstrous late game cleaner, a monstrous mid game wall breaker if I needed to. It sets up on so much with this epic pure steel typing. It's great defensive typing. Shift Gear lets me just skyrocket my stats so fast. If I want, I could even invest out of this pretty easily, which I'm probably going to be doing. Judging by my last tour, I tweak my speed EVs all the time just to outspeed what that Pokemon needs to outspeed. After one Shift Gear, this thing becomes a speedy nightmare for opposing teams. And then Gear Grind is a strong stab steel type attack. I guess Wild Charge hits would help me out with electric types. And then I could maybe go for like a Volt Switch or not a Rock Polish, no way. But not a big move pool, I'll acknowledge, but some usable moves, and I think what will promise to be a great late game cleaner. So I was like, I have one Pokemon to address my gaping water weakness, and if they bring one thing to beat that one, if they bring one heat move and I get wrecked and I'm not expecting it and Lantern's out, I needed another option just because, not even because I'd bring both of them necessarily every game, but because by having two options to deal with water types, it puts a little more difficulty on my opponent setting up a team that's going to defeat my water check. And that was Cacturn. Cacturn was awesome. Cacturn actually went 9-0 for in one of the top Pokemon, second place I think, in the previous tournament. It's got great attack stat. Cacturne is actually a favorite of mine. I use it almost every single playthrough I do of the Gen 3 games. Cacturne is awesome. It has a great move pool, great mix attacking stats. You know, choose one. Bulk is terrible. Speed is awful, but that's somewhat negated by the epicness of Sucker Punch. It gets Nasty Plot. It gets Sword Dance, I'm pretty sure. You know, it just gets everything it needs to, and then it can just Spiky Shield. You know, this thing's got an awesome move pool. It can set up and just clean up so hard. So I'm really excited actually for Cacturne. Between Cacturne and Lantern, I really got a good defensive backbone for that water typing that really puts pressure on my opponents when team building, which is all I really wanted the two of them for. I imagine rarely be bringing more than one to a battle at a time. But, you know, that said, if I need to, I'll bring both. If I don't, I won't. Maybe I'll bring nothing. Who knows? It depends on how the tournament goes. Alright, so that's the team. I am happy about this draft. I was a little unhappier with some of my earlier picks. I got sniped pretty hard, but that is how it is. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Wish me luck, and CSL Season 2. It is looking like these games are going to be more spaced out, which is really what I'm hoping, because I realize my channel has been spamming videos like a machine. So I'm hoping that the videos will be more spaced out. But thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you later.